Guys, I just thought of a story. It's not a good story. Okay. So, back a couple of years ago, probably my junior year of high school. I think it was my junior. It was either my junior year or my senior year of high school. My junior year is pretty rough. I think it was my junior year of high school. I went to take the SATs at a different high school than what the actual high school that I went to, because that high school was having the SAT test taking areas. They had the areas where you could take them. And so just to let you know that I didn't need to take the SATs because the college that I was going to, spoiler, was a culinary college. They didn't require you needing to take SATs. So this was just for fun, basically, to take the SATs. So I get to the school, I give them my ID, and I give them all the stuff that you need to give them. And I walk into the classroom, and I take my seat, and there's one of my friends is on the opposite side of the classroom, in the back. I'm kind of like in the left middle, kind of, like over on the left side of the room, and he's over on the back right. And so I didn't notice him until I was already like sat down and we had our seats and stuff. So I was taking the test, and I did not eat breakfast before taking the test or before going to the school. And the day before, we were told that you could bring snacks and stuff to eat because there's like a 10-minute or 15-minute break or something in between the tests and what, I don't even remember. So I brought like a bag of trail mix. But I didn't eat that bag of trail mix before the test, during the break, or after the test. I sat there for what felt like an eternity with my stomach growling. And it wasn't just like a regular stomach growl. It was like my stomach was fighting with the rest of my body, and my stomach was winning. It was like violent. It was like Game of Thrones dragon style growling at the test, at the people sitting next to me. And remember, I didn't know 97% of the people in this room. So they don't know what that sound is. All of a sudden, it is a quiet, you could hear a pin drop in this room. And all of a sudden, my stomach starts talking. Like he's taking the test. Like he's asking questions about this about this SAT test. That my stomach is curious about the questions, so he's asking his own questions. That's how loud it was. And I don't know if people heard it. I assume people did, because the very next day when I got to my actual school, I went up to the guy that was there with me, my buddy, and I asked him, hey, did you hear anything weird yesterday in the room? And he was like, yeah, I heard this weird like noise, this weird like growling sound. And I was like, dude, that was my stomach. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, I didn't eat anything that day. And I was like, it was super loud. I didn't know if anybody else could hear it. And he was like, yeah, I was all in the back and I heard it. So let's just say that you're supposed to, the lesson of the story is you're supposed to eat before you do anything important, because you don't want your stomach asking questions that you don't want asked. That is the moral of the story. Always eat before you take a test, kids. Always eat. You don't want your stomach asking weird questions.